another proverbial cup of Joe. We're going to talk about healthcare topics that are sometimes foreign to those of us who are not directly in the field. I am joined today by our Chief of EMS for Fort Bend County, Chief Waite, and two of his crew members, JT. I said Justin the first time, as it was wrong there, and Catherine. So thank you all for joining us, and thank you most importantly for what you do for our community, because people don't always understand how important you are to the lives of this community. So we're going to be talking about some advances in medicine, but I want to start off, this is National Blood Donors Day, is that correct? Tell us, Chief, if you would, kind of why that's such an important day to bring to the attention of our community.
So blood is an incredible product, right? But there's only one place we can get it, and that's from ourselves.
Okay.
And so when somebody needs blood, we can't manufacture it in a plant. We can't do that. We have to get it from another
AI won't
human.
help us manufacture blood?
AI's not got the blood production down yet.
Solved all the problems.
I know. But it's critical for people to donate blood, because people, no matter what illness they have, there's always a need for blood.
Yeah.
And so since we can't get it from anybody else but other humans, and by the way, once it is removed from us, it has a shelf life.
Okay.
So after 30 days, 40 days, it's no longer good. So there's a need for people to consistently build a habit of donating blood to help out their community, to help out their fellow person. And you know, it's just a good citizen thing to do.
Okay. All right. Well, good. Now, thank you for explaining that. Now, I'm joined here by our emergency, medical services providers here. And you might ask me, well, gee, Joe, we've been administering blood in hospitals forever and a day, but you guys are doing something different.
That is correct.
And that is making a difference. And I, frankly, am not even familiar with all the details of that. So explain to me what has changed that I'm sitting here with emergency providers as opposed to doctors talking about blood transfusions.
So we've always prided ourselves in saying that we bring the ER to the patient.
Okay.
But one of the things that we never could do was to bring blood to patients. It's limited shelf life, it's very fragile, it has to be stored at the right temperature and all that. And so about 5 years ago, there was some experimenting about how could we get whole blood in the field. It really grew out of the military and their activities overseas and what led them to be able to save so many soldiers' lives. And now it's been adapted to the street. So in Fort Bend County, just a little over 2 years ago, we jumped into the process to get containers to carry blood in, to keep it at temperature, warming devices so that when we administer it to the patient, it's at body temperature.
Gotcha.
And then trained all of our crews. We have 140 paramedics on staff. We had to train everybody on how to recognize patients that need blood and then how to administer it. In Fort Bend County, we have 23 ambulances on the road at our peak times, and we carry 4 units of blood.
Gotcha.
The units of blood are with our supervisors, who are geographically spread out throughout the county.
Okay.
So when Catherine and JT get on a scene, they do their assessment. The patient needs blood. They call for their supervisor, who'll be there hopefully within 6 to 10 minutes. Meanwhile, they get everything ready for that blood to plug in and be administered.
Wow.
Since in the last 2 years, we are almost at 300 patients who have received whole blood from Fort Bend County EMS.
Now, is this common for all, ambulance companies to provide this sort of service?
So we're helping to get it that way. It is becoming the standard of care.
Good.
There is national efforts to get whole blood in the field. And an interesting tidbit, so everybody thinks whole blood, they think trauma.
Right, right.
Most of the patients in Fort Bend County that get it are either they're having gastrointestinal bleeding, or other medical problems that cause damage to their blood, or it's in pregnancy and childbirth cases. So both of those are also large volumes of blood users. But trauma leads the way in saying we need whole blood at the patient's side in the field. And the American College of Surgeons, who certifies trauma centers, like OakBend, they've started this campaign. They've done this research, and they say that if every ambulance agency in the United States could carry blood, that we could save 30% of the lives that are lost to traffic accidents every year. The American College of Surgeons says it would be the greatest thing for car crash survival since the invention of the seatbelt.
Wow, that's huge.
Oh, it's amazing.
I want to shift gears here now and kind of get a perspective, JT, on what it was like as a medic without blood on board, and then compare that to today. So maybe an example of where you had a patient in the prehistoric days where you didn't have blood, and today in the modern day where you had blood, and another example of how that made a difference in somebody's life.
The easiest way to explain it is time.
Okay.
Is from where you're at to where you can get blood. Generally a hospital or air medical.
Right.
One really bad case is a young 18-year-old male was involved in a shooting. He was stable. He's talking to me. We were waiting for air medical.
So this in the prehistoric days before you had blood on board.
Before I had blood.
Okay.
So he was going downhill. He was not doing so well.
Yeah.
By the time air medical actually landed, which is 10, 15 minutes later, he had already lost consciousness. I had to intubate him, et cetera, et cetera. But air medical, they do carry blood. But he still bled out before he got downtown from here.
Oh, wow. Wow.
That's how critical blood is.
Wow.
He bled out literally on the tail. He was 18 years old.
Wow. That's terrible. And so as we fast forward to current modern times.
Last time I gave blood was about 2 months ago.
Gotcha.
Great outcome. Literally, he walked out of the hospital.
Same sort of scenario, significant bleeder.
It was more of a sepsis, gastrointestinal bleed.
But it was a significant bleeder.
It was a fix, and everything was good.
Wow.
So I like it when people talk to me after the fact.
That's a good thing.
Than funerals. So.
Excellent, excellent. So is there anything else, Catherine, that you'd like to add to that? I mean, you're new to the EMS world as a paramedic, so you've only lived in the modern age. You haven't lived in that prehistoric age. So is there anything you want to share? And if the answer is no, that's okay.
I did have one patient around the time I first got hired, actually. He was in his early 20s. It was a gunshot wound in Fresno. He got shot accidentally, I believe, in the abdomen. We gave
Not
him...
a good place to get shot.
No, not at all. Not at all. So we stripped him down.
I'd rather be shot in the arm, you know.
Yeah, he was not so lucky. But he was lucky that we had the blood at the time that we did. Our battalion actually read the notes. It was in the middle of the night. I don't know why he read the notes, but he read the notes and added himself to the call. So he was there before we even...
Wow, that's responsiveness.
Yeah, so we gave him the blood, and by the time we were on our way to the hospital, which was 20 minutes away in the middle of the night, he was already, up and talking to us.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That makes you feel good as a medic that you can save a person's life like that.
It was like a complete 180. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we have a survivor of such of a infield transfusion, Michelle, who's going to join us now and tell us about her experience during this ordeal, I'll characterize it as. So Michelle, I understand you had an infield transfusion, and if you'd tell us a little bit about that experience and that process and circumstances, whatever you're comfortable telling us, we'd appreciate it.
So at the beginning of 2025, I gave birth to my third daughter, and after 2 relatively low complication, really easy births, I made the choice to have home birth. So I had my third daughter at home. Everything went extremely smoothly. If you could call it a dream birth, it was, until it wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
And I unexpectedly started hemorrhaging and ended up losing, I believe, a total of 4.6 liters.
That's a lot.
It is a lot.
Sounds a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So my midwife had called the EMS immediately when she realized that the bleeding was not stopping.
Right.
And by the time I got on the ambulance, I believe at that point I had lost about 3 liters, maybe a little bit more.
Gotcha.
And they were very quick to start a line of blood because my vitals were, my heart rate was skyrocketing and my blood pressure was dropping rapidly. And so they were able to start the blood, and within minutes I was feeling like significantly better
Boy,
than
thank God.
when I had gotten on board the ambulance.
Right. So, from your understanding, if they hadn't have had blood on board, you wouldn't have made it, or
If I'm going by how I was feeling, I truly believe I wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
I remember looking at my paramedic and asking him if I was going to die, just
Yeah.
because of how my chest was feeling and how everything around me was feeling.
I can only imagine. I can
Mhm.
only imagine. That is a scary thing, especially when your heart starts racing.
Yeah,
So, wow, what an experience. Thankfully, these guys had the products you needed to save your
absolutely.
life.
Yeah.
Your baby is doing well now, and everything is great.
Oh, she's doing well. She's walking already
Oh.
and talking.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, Michelle, I understand you and your husband are working on a documentary of this experience to educate folks. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we're working on a documentary focused on pre-hospital blood.
Okay.
Very simple. It's called Whole Blood.
Okay.
And the goal of the documentary is to make the general public aware that ambulances don't generally carry blood.
Okay.
We want to make an impact on the percentage of ambulances that do carry blood. And we also want to raise awareness for the need to donate so that the program is able to continue, because we're aware that the only way pre-hospital blood is able to be given is if the blood supply increases.
Somebody's got to donate.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. And we're all kind of reluctant to do that at times. So
Yeah.
That's a really important message. So thank you and your husband for doing that. And we'll look forward to promoting it on a podcast when you are ready to put it out there into the public.
We would love that.
All right. Well, thank you all for joining us for another Cup of Joe. And I look forward to seeing you on a future episode.